tonight is Bible study, and I'll be reading from Proverbs 24, verses 1 through 10. Chapter 1 says, "Be not thou envious against men, neither desire to be them." You know the people that lead you the opposite of where God's trying to take you? Those people are evil, because anything opposite of God is in favor of Satan. Okay, so the people that glorifies material things, that shows everything they got with flaunting, that are arrogant, that are proud, that refuse to listen, people that are simply not wise, have a price to pay, and in the meantime are giving you this illusion that it's greener on the other side, but the grass ain't never greener on the other side. In verse 2 it says, "For their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talk of mischief." Mischief means playful misbehavior or troublemaking. So the Bible is saying that people that have this mindset that are evil, or the people that you're inspired by, that you think that the grass is greener on the other side, their hearts are filled with destruction because they're also influencing you, leading you, inspiring you to do the same thing or think that the same thing is good for you. And their mouth is full of troublemaking or playful misbehavior. So that means you should not listen, should be inspired, or should to desire to be them, because they're going to simply lead you in the wrong direction. People think that, someone influencing you to do wrong is just going to be clear as day. But we all know that the devil is here to steal, kill, and destroy. The best way to come at you is the best way he knows how. Because just how God knows you, the devil knows your behaviors as well. At one point you worked for him. So why wouldn't he come at you in a way that you know is comfortable, in a way that you know is charming, in a way you know is sweet? Everybody that's nice to you is not of God. Everyone that's in your face is not of God. Everyone that gives to you is not of God. But that's why you have to build your discernment and figure out who is the people of evil and who is the people of God. 3, it says, "Through wisdom is a house builded, and understanding it is established." This says that through wisdom a house is builded. So having the knowledge is what gives you wisdom. Actually applying it is what gives you more wisdom. Knowing that God is the one to give you wisdom will help you in the long run. But as long as you have the wisdom, you have the knowledge, you're not applying it, and you continue to do the opposite of what you know is wise, you are simply holding yourself back and asking for mischief. Verse 4 says, "And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches." Meaning, when you do good, when you live good, when you worship God and you give your all to God, you put him first, you receive all precious and pleasant riches. You think that the things you see on earth is all money can buy and it's all worth it in the end. But God is the end all be all, and he is the one that is a miracle worker, a way maker. He has all the resources. If the devil can provide you all these riches, but wants to take your soul in the process, what makes you think that God, the man that created Satan at first and he betrayed him, doesn't have more to provide than the one that hates him the most? Verse 5 says, "A wise man is strong, yet a man of knowledge increases strength." We all know the wisest man in the Bible. Go ahead and tell me. The answer is Solomon. Solomon is the wisest man in the Bible. And the strongest man in the Bible is Samson. But Samson did not have the wisdom. He literally let the powers of influence of the world be the reason why he died. He had a lusting problem. He couldn't overcome it, so he also had a lack of self-control. And all because he did not have the wisdom. He had the strength. He was the strongest man. He yet still did not have the wisdom, and it cost him his life. Solomon had all the wisdom in the world and still made mistakes. But he also learned from his mistakes, and it gave him knowledge. Verse 6 says, "For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in multitude of counselors there is safety." This is why churches are so important for people trying to build their relationship with God. Because in a world that is against Christ, because if they hated you, they hated Jesus first, and you got to go through Jesus to get to God. If you go through God, if you go through Jesus, he's going to always take care of you. But just know that representing him, it is always going to be a war, because you're not fighting with the people you're talking to. You're fighting with the demons that are in those people. And with that, there always are going to be irked about you talking about Christ and trying to bring others closer to him as well. Verse 7 says, "Wisdom is too high for a fool. He opened not his mouth in the gate." Wisdom is too high for a fool. Have you ever realized whenever you stop arguing with people, some people will get so angry that you're not going back and forth with them? Because your vibration is too high for them to comprehend. So they would rather you bring yourself down to their level to keep you where they are, because that makes them more comfortable. And little do you know, it makes you think you're going insane, but the whole time it's simply because they are the ones that are not wise. So they are holding you back. So on this journey of becoming more wise, choosing the better route, being more mature about things, actually thinking about your decisions, you are going to be in challenges where you're going to have to think, is this necessary or not? Verse 8 says, "He that devises to do evil shall be called a mischievous person." Devise means to plan, invent, or to plot, and mischievous means to cause trouble. So in other words, he that plans to plot, to invent, to do evil shall be called a troublesome person. Because again, if someone is plotting, if someone is influencing, if someone is leading to do evil, they are a person causing trouble. They are a person that's not wise. In other words, they're not someone that is considered godly. Devise means to plan, invent, or to plot, and mischievous means to cause trouble. So in other words, he that plans to plot, to invent, to do evil shall be called a troublesome person. Because again, if someone is plotting, if someone is influencing, if someone is leading to do evil, they are a person causing trouble. They are a person that's not wise. In other words, they're not someone that is considered godly. Verse 9 says, "The thought of foolishness is sinful, and the scorner is an abomination to men." A scorner is a person that has a hate, a disdain, or a contempt for something or someone. So a person spewing out hate is foolish and sinful, because not only are you spewing out negativity, but you're also putting that out with the power of the tongue, knowing that life and death lies in the power of the tongue. Not only that, but you're an influence to people that are probably trying to do right, so you're holding them back, and that is foolish and sinful. Remember that every time you sin, it adds on sin to it. Sin never just stops at one thing. Whenever you sin, it's another thing on top of another thing on top of another thing. And that's why God tells us to constantly repent. And when we repent, genuinely mean it. In the last verse, verse 10, it says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Adversity is difficulties and misfortune. So if thou faint in the day of difficulties and misfortunes, thy strength is small. Because you're supposed to have faith of a mustard seed. You're also supposed to put God first. And with adversity, it's all a part of life. Life is all about difficulties, misfortunes, dealing with the hand that you got, and what are you going to do about it now that you're in that situation? Are you going to figure it out yourself? Or are you going to make your life way more easy and let God help you through that? If you think that life is supposed to be all unicorns and rainbows, sorry to tell you, but your strength is small. In conclusion, wisdom is God. Wisdom is of God. Apply your wisdom to your life and see a change in your life. You're going to have times that you struggle. You're going to have times of difficulties. You're going to have times of misfortunes. But with God, He will take care of you. It's all a part of the game. It ain't nothing new. And God won't give you nothing more than that you can handle. It's all a part of adversity. And you know this because you're wise. So apply your wisdom so it can give you the knowledge and you can soar through life. Not to say that it will be easy, but in the end, this was expected. And because God is your Father, this ain't nothing that you can't get through.